Are you hungry? And if so, you're in the right place. Today, we're making salad, but not a healthy one.
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Like you just heard, it's salad, which is very unusual for this channel. And if you followed me for a while, you know that I don't really eat a lot of salad, but I love this salad because it's not a healthy salad. It has a lot of good sauces with it. It's kind of a variation of a Caesar salad at Cucina Itameshi here in Zurich, and I think it maybe also in Vienna. We call it the Shogun Caesar Salad. But before we have a look at the board, as always, if you're not a subscriber to the channel yet, please do me the favor, hit that subscribe button and check the bell icon so that you get a notification every Tuesday when a new episode comes out. Now let's have a look. Obviously it's a salad, so we need salad. Any salad that you like goes. I have a mixed salad here. You can use rucola, you can use any kind of salad. Or mitsuna is quite nice, kind of Asian style. But we have a bog standard mixed salad. We have some of our Furikake. You need some pecorino, and you need the Caesar style dressing, as well as a sesame dressing. But first let's look at how we did the sesame dressing. For a sesame dressing, we need 100 grams of soy sauce, 70 grams of sesame oil, 50 grams of rice vinegar, 25 grams of sugar, and last but not least, 5 grams of Xanthan Base. And Xanthan Base is just xanthan powder with water. Mix it as it says on the container. And now you can whisk this by hand, but it's easier with a whisk, like an electric one or a mixer. That's pretty much it for our sesame dressing. You want to mix it so that all the sugar dissolves and everything comes together nicely. That's as easy as it is. Very simple. And next, let's have a look at how we did our Caesar dressing. So here's everything we need for our Caesar dressing. It's KewPie mayonnaise, 240 grams, 30 grams of Dijon mustard, 25 grams of capers, and 20 grams of caper water. We have about a teaspoon, around 5 grams of olive oil, around 5 grams of grated garlic, and 12 grams of grated Parmesan. Now we'll mix all of that together. Last but not least, our mustard. You don't have to use Dijon mustard, but it shouldn't be a sweet mustard. And again, as with our sesame dressing, the easiest is to just use the hand mixer like this to mix it. There we are, a quick taste. If it needs salt, it normally doesn't. No, it doesn't. The capers are normally salty enough. And that's our Caesar dressing. Also simple enough, right? So now it's time to just mix it together. The salad is washed, it's ready to go. We'll just clear the board a bit, and then we'll start mixing. And sometimes when you do these things, you forget ingredients. And it's our pickled daikon radish. Let's have a look how we did that. For our pickled daikon or radish, we need obviously the daikon. And we're making a classical, well, it's not a classical. The classical 1-2-3 pickle in Sweden is 1 part vinegar to 2 parts sugar to 3 parts water. And that's by volume. But I'm switching it around because I think that's a bit too sweet. So I have 1 part sugar, 2 parts vinegar, and 3 parts water. So we'll get that going first, and then we'll prep the daikon. And we just need to mix everything in one pot. Water, vinegar, and it's just standard vinegar. There's no wine vinegar or anything like that, rice vinegar. Now we put that on the stove. And And we just want to bring that to a boil so that the sugar dissolves. Now let's prep the daikon while that's getting ready. I don't need the whole daikon for today. I'm only making the dish for 3 people. So we'll divide that into 2. Cut it in half. It's just to get it more manageable. And we're going to make long sticks, probably about 1/2 centimeter. Yeah, this should be good. And then we cut them this way so that we end up with 1/2 centimeter wide sticks like this. So do that, and at the same time we'll wait for the pickle juice to be ready, and then we'll pickle these. So we cut our daikon, our pickle juice is done. It's still a bit too warm, so we need that to cool down first. I'll see when it's cold. Our pickle liquid is cold. We'll just pour it over. Obviously I poured half of it next to it. But now that's our pickled daikon. It just needs to stand minimum 3 hours, I would say, to really kind of soak up that sour and sweetness. But it's easy to make. So the last missing ingredient. Now let's mix the salad. I start with our sesame dressing. Be generous. Now you can toss this with spoons or whatever, but I like to just mix it with my hands. And then we lift it off. Leave the excess dressing in the bowl. Get all the salad out there. Next up is our pickled daikon. Takes as many or as little as you want. Now our Caesar dressing. It needs a lot of this. Don't go light on it. Makes no sense. It's not a healthy salad. So let it be unhealthy. Now our pecorino. And this also needs to be a generous amount of pecorino. You should kind of hide the salad in pecorino. And last but not least, our special furikake. And there you go, our almost Caesar salad. Let's dig in. And since this is an Asia-inspired salad, or Japanese-inspired salad, we use chopsticks. And you do it like with a nice plate of ramen. You mix it up first. Then you go in. I think I like it so much because you don't actually feel like you're eating salad. There's so much flavor. And the pickled daikon just add this hint of sweetness to it as well. It's just a version of the Caesar that's kind of packed with umami. And it's even good for those of you, I don't think I have many vegetarians watching my videos, but for those of you who might end up on just channel being vegetarian, this is vegetarian. Now what I haven't done to this, but what you could do is like add some kind of croutons. Sometimes, you know, I make my own sourdough bread, and sometimes I just take thin slices of that, toast it to make croutons out of them, and break that up on top of it as well. It's also nice, adds a bit of extra crunch. Obviously, fresh salad like this is already nice and crunchy. The furikake adds a bit of crunch, so you don't really need it, but should you want it, feel free to add some croutons. Now, if you managed to stick with it this long, there must have been something you enjoyed about this episode. So do me a huge favor and hit that thumbs up button. It's just down there. Takes you a second, but it's so valuable to me to get my content out there in the YouTube universe. So do me that favor. That's pretty much it for today. If you have any questions about the dish, leave them in the comments below. I always answer them relatively quickly. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe and check the bell icon. But that's it for today. Take care. Bye-bye.